Hello, welcome to the Three Geeks podcast. My name is Jason. I'm joined today by Max, Dan, Selwyn, who's new to the podcast,
and
our buddy
Selwyn. Let the people know what's going on. We're trying to replace Rondell with Selwyn. He's the thicker, blacker version of Rondell. And,
thicker and blacker.
Like him better.
Wow.
And louder.
Delicious.
He's already said. He's already said 4 words, so that puts him right at Rondell quota.
We got 2 special guests. We got Brian Lau from Staunch Ambition, and we have John from the PVDcast. We're here to talk about Wizard World.
Yeah, I was born in Staunch Ambition. That's what it sounded like. Yeah, that's a good one.
At least I got the pronunciation right this time.
Dude, just so you guys know, brewing very first batch happened over the weekend. So we are working on some Stout Ambition. That's going to be our next thing.
What?
Yeah.
Stout Ambition.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
That's awesome.
That is amazing. We're gonna have to put something together.
Stouts, and I'm excited for this one. Yeah, maybe we can work out some art for some labels or something. I don't know. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, that'd be pretty boss. So we're definitely doing that.
Tonight's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/3geeks for all of your audiobook needs. If you guys started listening to the audiobook of it, I got about 20 hours into it, and then I paused it for about a year, and these guys got tired of hearing me talk about the book.
I didn't get tired of it.
Well, I picked it back up, and I am now 20 hours away from finishing this audiobook.
Holy crap, you're still exactly where you were. Instead, you've been 20 hours, and it's a 40-hour book.
No, he's got 20. Oh,
yeah. It was 46-hour book.
Oh, okay.
I've got 20 hours left.
Okay, so 6 hours
of it this weekend. Because the movie's coming out. I want to get it fresh in my mind.
Oh, yeah, no, dude. Oh, my God.
Gang banging kids. That's great.
I'm not there yet. That hasn't happened yet, Dan.
Yeah, whatever.
What a weirdo, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's weird, man. You wrote it down, okay? I didn't write it down. You wrote it down. That's fucking weird.
I'm gonna write myself in my book.
Yeah. And then so Dan's reading The Dark Tower, or he's reading the whole series. Yeah, you're just getting to Stephen King.
Yeah. They mention him at the end of Wolves of the Kaya.
Yeah, so.
Which everybody else pronounces Kala, but it says in the book it's pronounced Kaya.
Well, I mean, yeah, because like they're like Mexican sort of.
Yeah,
it's like a Mexican town.
Mexican Doctor Doom robots and Harry Potter snitches.
So yeah, like the Dark Tower movie. I didn't get to see it yet, but
got some bad reviews.
Yeah, it did get some terrible reviews.
Is it? How bad
did it come out? This weekend or last weekend?
That came out like 2 weekends ago.
Yeah,
or last weekend.
How bad are the reviews?
It's like 50-something% on Rotten Tomatoes.
No, it's like 15%
on Rotten
Tomatoes.
Oh, that's a big difference.
15% tomatoes. So
now,
if that's any indicator, good. But I kind of did want to love those books.
Well, the reviews aren't like overwhelmingly bad. They're more like 5 out of 10s, which is 15% comes from. So I mean, it's apparently not the worst movie ever, and it's not a good movie. It's somewhere bad, but not
somewhere close.
Horrible.
I mean, again, like this is where I feel like they're going for it on the first movie, and with this movie, if you're trying to do this series, it's really about the slow burn. The first book, Western, it's like a weird Western, and that's all it is, with like horror kind of overtones. And like there's this great scene where he like goes through a whole town of people. Yeah, just like nonstop firing. So like, I wish they would have made that movie. I really wish they would have gone for the slow burn instead of trying to tell this whole book story over 7 books that only get larger as you go along. Like the 7th book is exponentially larger than the first book.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody's looking to get these like shared universes. Like let's make off 14 film series about Spider-Man, but you can't make a 7-book series into a series of movies. They stop at that. There's Elba and Matthew McConaughey, 2 hours.
Yeah,
no, it's an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's short as fuck.
Yeah, an hour and 29 minutes.
So I'm like, if you're telling the first story, like that would make total sense to me.
But you're
if it's like a 90-minute movie, you know, because like yeah, it's just a Western where he's mostly walking to someplace. Mostly happens in the first book.
Walking some. Wow, man, I gotta see that. That first movie's about him walking someplace.
It's like Lord of the Rings without all the grandiose stuff.
It's like The Walking Dead except through the desert. There's not even like interesting forests to look at.
All right, get some more tumbleweed in there. Some more tumbleweed.
Well, I beg to differ. I think even if you just had a movie walking, as long as Idris Elba's in it, I find it interesting because that dude's killer.
Well, I mean, but I would be more accepting of the 90-minute movie where 5 minutes of Idris Elba walking and 5 minutes of stuff happening.
He's not even saying anything. He just has this like,
and he's just walking, trudging with like that soldiering look on his face, and then fucking like 5 minutes of intense like Tarantino style action. Fucking end the movie, but and you know, because like I was wondering if they were gonna, you know, if they were really gonna go for it, because at the end of the first book, Roland watches the kid die. He lets the kid die.
Spoiler alert! I'm reading the first book.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
I'm sorry. It's like 25.
My bad.
I haven't read any of them yet. Dang
He
it.
tuned you out anyway.
But like,
stay around long enough,
like,
you'll get the whole story.
That's a brutal thing, and then it shows the character of like the dude we're dealing with here, and you know, it lets you know like he is gonna do anything to achieve his goal. So. To make that movie where you show something like that happening, like that takes stones, and I knew they didn't have them, but I wanted the movie to be better than it is, and I wanted a series of Dark Tower movies, because like that would just be freaking awesome. But again, like, you know, like yeah, they went for the quick grab versus a slow burn, and
I'm not sure what the percentage of good Stephen King adaptations there are.
It's like zero.
That's not a point. No, well, no.
I mean,
no,
there's some good ones.
Darabont movies.
Yeah, the Mist and The Shining, I'd say.
Of course, yeah. Shining, Mist was great.
Yeah, The Shining wasn't really his book.
And then Stand By Me, that was really good.
Yeah.
And then I'd say
Shawshank Redemption, but that was like a short story. Green Mile, yeah.
First half of the It miniseries.
No.
Yes.
That's not good.
Yes,
it was partly good and partly.
The first half of the miniseries. Second
yes. Half good, half bad.
Although I will give it props for the giant spider, because that's a better ending than Stephen King had.
Anything is a better ending than Stephen King comes up with. Like, I mean, I love the Dark Tower series.
Misery's good too.
But
thank you. I was gonna throw Misery out there.
Misery. I haven't seen that one.
I'm not saying how it ends, but like, you know, it's always, or like The Stand. You know, at the end of The Stand,
literally.
Like, yeah, like it's just so ridiculous. It makes everything so pointless. But yeah, no, Stephen King is terrible at endings. I love all of his books all the way up until the end.
Even Hateful Things. It's such a cool story, and at the end, it's like the sheriff shows up, and he's just like, "I'm gonna do magic tricks. The devil's gonna run away."
And the point of all that was audibletrial.com. Audio book needs. Definitely go check them out. Get your free book. Get your free month.
Check out The Dark Tower on audiobook.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, whatever. It's awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
That could have been maybe the longest Audible ad ever. Is that what you're trying to say, Jason?
Oh, I mean, it was a nice clip on.
40-hour Audible ad.
I've been holding in this rant about the Dark Tower for like 6 days now.
I got you.
So we were all at Columbus Wizard World last week, and we met some celebrities. We got some cool interviews, but like we got the best of the best. The number one. The whole reason we went into podcasting was to interview one celebrity, and we got to meet this guy. We got to interact with him off and on through the whole weekend. And Max got to talk to him one-on-one. Mr. Kato Kalin. Max, tell the people how you... What's that?
Kato Kalin is not a real person.
He was funny in the interview.
Yeah, he was funny in the interview. He's quite charming for like a not real person.
Brian, how did the weekend treat you?
It was good. It was great, man. It was steady. I had excellent help with John helping me at the table, so I was able to walk around a little bit and met a lot of new people. So I'm from Michigan, so you know, getting out to Columbus to a couple cons now is it's been awesome. So I'm starting to get, you know, a fan base going there. get to know, I'm meeting people. When I get to actually meet you guys as opposed to just being on the cast, that's it's a big difference when you actually get to meet people in person. So.
Yeah, it's really cool. One of the reasons we did this was to meet people, and we're meeting more and more every year, it seems like. And it's cool because it's, you meet some people and you're like just going to their table and talking to them or whatever. And then with you guys, it's like we were coming to each other's tables and saying hi and stuff. So it was a lot of fun this weekend. John, what did you think of the experience?
I thought the experience was a blast. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and this was the first time I've ever been to Wizard World. I've gone on record and said that I've been to, Mid-Ohio Con back in the day, but I hadn't been to Wizard World because in the past they have not treated some indie comic book creators very, very well, and I was kind of that, militant, like, well, screw you then. You're not going to treat these people well. I'm not giving you my money. But I guess I've kind of eased up on that opinion after hearing that they're trying to kind of fix that a little bit. They're trying to be more indie.
They punched me in the gut one time. It was not very nice.
Yes, it wasn't.
And then they kicked me in. They blindsided me.
Did they steal your lunch money too, Brian?
They took my.
I was out behind.
I already had a lunch.
Having a cigarette.
And they stepped on my milk, my chocolate milk.
Oh man, that's terrible.
Us indie guys, man.
It goes into our greater message here at Three Geeks Podcast. We need to stop the bullying. Okay.
Yes.
Like internet bullying, especially like when people just get on podcasts and rant and rave about how much shit sucks. Fucking, we need to
put it into the others' lunches as you would want done onto yours.
Well, what I just have to say though, on a serious note, John and I become really good friends because he's obviously a geek, but he's also very into the independent arts. So that's something that he's promoted, and I appreciate, because us independent people, it's an uphill battle. So I appreciate John's podcast and your guys as well, because without you guys, I mean, I'd be just I'd be walking around in that desert with the tumbleweed, probably, like that recent movie.
But going back real quick to what Jason, you asked, I enjoyed it. I had a blast, not only helping out Brian at the table when he wasn't there, but meeting other people, meeting people that stopped by the table and talking to them as to why they stopped by the table. I saw some people, some friends that I didn't think I would even see there. Like independent creator Jack Wallace happened to be there. I'm going to give a quick plug to him. Jack, hope you're doing well. DisposableFictionComics.com, by the way, it's a great website. Sorry, I had to throw that in for him. But yeah, overall, I loved it. I had a blast.
I did too. We're really bad about staying at our table. We don't just one of us leave. We all travel in a pact. It's like, hey guys, there's a new comic book over there. Let's go.
It's like,
what about our table? Just throw some posters over.
The table's your baby, and you're like, oh, somebody must be watching the baby, and you just leave the baby there. 3 minutes.
Oh man, that's totally me.
Well, better there than in a hot car, I suppose. So
there it is. Yeah, it's air conditioning inside the convention center.
Hey John,
you just feel lucky.
John, should you tell the story of us getting celebrity interviews when we went up to the? Listen, I'll just clarify. Wizard World was great, and it was my first Wizard World ever, so it was awesome. They did a great job, so I really appreciated it.
One thing I will admit is I was not in any ways prepared, and you guys told me on Friday, hey man, you can interview celebrities. I'm not prepared for that at all. That shit was not even on my radar, to be honest with you. And so the story goes,
him and I walk up there. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, we walk up to the press guy. And the press guy, let's be honest, he's kind of a smaller, diminutive type of gentleman. And there's this very beautiful woman.
Larry?
Was that his name? I don't know what his name was. I have no idea. But there was this very beautiful woman sitting next to him. And not being prepared at all, I'm confused by both the beautiful woman and then the very short, unusual looking fellow. I didn't know who to talk to. And so he's like, "Who do you want to interview?" And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, "Well, you should figure out who that."
He's, you know, you're like, yeah, we would like to interview some celebrities, and he's like, oh yeah, who would you like? And John's like, yeah, I don't know.
Who's here?
I don't know.
So then he chastised me and goes, "You should figure that out first." And I'm like, "Okay." And so we left, and then I came back, and because he had said something real quick too when we were leaving about who you could interview, but the way he said it, it wasn't like definitive, like these are the only people. So when I went back, I'm like, "Hey, is there any way?" And it's probably a long shot that maybe I could sit down with AJ Styles. And then he just yelled at me. He goes, "I told you who you could interview. It was Barry Bostwick." Over again. He got really pissed about it. I don't know why.
He's like, "I already told you who you can interview." Yeah, and he's training. Actually, the beautiful lady next to him, he was training. So like, I guess that's part of the gig is you know dealing with celebrities. But it was
fellas. Like Larry was way better than the normal chick. Like the past 2 years that we've had to deal with. Yeah. This chick would like never look at you in the face.
Oh, I could do an impression of her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jason's gonna do his impression of this chick.
Sure. Who would you like to interview? Nicholas Brendan. Sure. Come back at 2 o'clock. So then we go back at 2 o'clock. We're here to interview Nicholas Brendan. We're here to interview Nicholas Brendan. Oh, I'm sorry. Come back at 4 o'clock. And then we go back at 4 and then 5. She never looked up from her cell phone.
Dude,
and then when it was time to go interview the person, she'd still be on her cell phone looking down the whole way walking to the table. Jerry,
that's what it was.
I email Jerry all the time. Jerry and I probably annoy the crap out of this guy, but every time we walked up to Jerry, I'm like, "Jerry, how you doing, buddy? What about that interview that you told us we could have? Come back in a couple hours." "Jerry, it's been a couple hours." He's like, "You know what? Just walk up to Thomas Ian Nicholas. It's fine." He just gave up on even trying to go out there with us.
Oh man, Barry Bostwick was a good interview.
Oh yeah,
that guy was
he was a hell of a nice guy.
Yeah,
he was super cool.
It's funny.
Thomas Ian Nicholas was great too. Yes. That was fucking awesome.
The interviews that we never want to get are always end up being the best ones.
You know, like it's also like who like wants to like interact with you. Like you know, Lou Ferrigno is a bit stiff, but like he's like we got a little bit of spoilers on that one. Did we release that interview yet?
Not yet, but you can talk about it.
I already edited it. It just needs to go
out. Just got a computer where I can do the editing. Yeah, great job on the sound, Dan. Good job.
Oh, thanks.
Let's do this on the air right now.
You can't hear them yet, but I do well.
I know I'm going to forget to say it later. So if I'm thinking about it right now, now's the time to say it. But fucking, like, he was a little hard to hear. Like, you know, you're standing right there. Like, you know, I know he's got a little bit of a speech problem with his hearing and all. So, you know, that was a little rough, just for that reason. Yeah, man, he's like, "Oh, check out the fucking Thor movie." So I'm guessing he's got a pretty good cameo in that one. Fucking, oh yeah, breaking news at 3 Geeks. Fucking Lou Ferrigno's gonna be in a Hulk movie. Crazy shit.
That was not the breaking news of the weekend. The breaking news of the weekend was when I asked Thomas Ian Nicholas about American Pie, and he said there's a script. They're waiting for the phone call. It's at Universal, ready to go.
No, the breaking news was when we're gonna write the script for Trailer Park Shark 2.
Yeah, he let us pitch Trailer Park Shark 2. And the lady from Trailer Park Shark 2, which I don't have her name in front of me right now.
Trailer Park Shark?
She's coming on tomorrow for Max and I to interview.
It's exactly as thrilling as it sounds.
It is awesome. Yeah, it's just like Sharknado.
Yeah.
Awesome. But is it like one shark? Or is it?
Yes, it is one shark.
It's got Tara Reid in it.
So think more like Deep Blue Sea with a Trailer Park twist.
Except they're not getting smarter.
No. The sharks aren't super smart.
Oh my gosh. That's the title. That's all you need. You don't even need a script. What are they doing?
No.
You know what? I will say, I will agree that Barry Bostwick actually Sunday was just perusing Artist Alley, stopped by our table and talked to me for a few moments. So that was pretty cool. But and he was so super laid back. But I think next year I'm going to be prepared. I'm going to be a little more prepared because I could see, like, if I went to go interview Lou Ferrigno, I probably would, you know, we would talk about the same shit that he's already been asking a million times. So you know what I mean? So I wanted to be more prepared. So I think next year, preparation, man, preparation for yours truly.
If we get tables together, we can open up for like a big fucking space.
Ooh.
I don't know. That might be something to think about.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I see what you're saying. I got you.
Yeah.
But no, next year, man, just
get
ride
all
our
the
coattails.
celebrities.
Just come with us to all the interviews.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
But yeah, I've heard that complaint about Wizard World with their independent guests, and a lot of it I think has to do with the celebrities, because they throw the celebrities in the middle of the thing. And I never really thought of it this way, but I have a friend who runs cons, and he was part of one of our panels on Sunday, and we were discussing cons, because he's thinking about bringing his main con into Columbus to kind of capture more of the independent feel. And one of the complaints about celebrities is, all these people are waiting in line for the celebrity and they're not walking around the con floor. And I don't know how Friday and Sunday were for you guys, but it seemed dead over at our area pretty much the whole Friday and Sunday of the convention.
I thought Sunday was a little slow, but Friday was okay.
Saturday was freaking slamming, though. It was the best Saturday that I've ever been there.
This is probably the most fun I've had at a con. Like, I don't know, since the first one we did, which is, like always encapsulated in my mind and heart. But fucking just did like way more shit, it felt like to me, because we had the 3 Geeks dance off. You can see all these videos on Facebook. Fucking we had both panels were fucking awesome. Remake Revolution was good. I don't know. I just felt like we had a lot better time to do a lot more.
How
stuff.
did your date go?
Oh, speed dating! I speed dated the pretzel.
Oh,
the pretzel fucking texted me back. Yeah, she was salty at first, but I buttered it up.
Oh boy!
I gotta ask about that, Max. How I'm gonna be that guy. How attractive were the ladies that were enrolled in speed dating? Like the girls that showed up.
There was like 2 8s in there.
Okay.
Probably like, I'm gonna say fucking. There's what 20 chicks and 23 dudes. So there's like 2 8s in there, a bunch of mid range from and then there's only like 4 or 5 like absolute like, ugh. Like the category I put myself in, there's only like 4 of us.
As a woman, yes.
No, not women.
As a woman, man.
Oh, I thought you were on the woman's side for some reason.
Saying I'm like,
you got a pretzel.
If I was a chick and I sat down in front of me as a chick, I'd have been like, oh wow, like.
Well, I don't know, man.
But it was a pretty good mix, and everyone was pretty, it was actually pretty fun, just because you're stuck in the situation, so you got to meet this person. So 3 minutes, and then you get to be like, hey, what do you do? Hey, what I do? And then that's it.
Hey, what I do?
So tell
all right, okay.
That's all you got? That's your best story from that?
I mean, I could tell the story of the pretzel, but didn't I already start? I thought I already told that story.
No, not on the podcast.
I didn't tell it on Unorthodox?
No.
Okay, so one girl was hungry, so she brought a pretzel to speed date with her, and she sat it down next to her, gave it a number, and since there were more guys than girls, you had to sit on an empty seat, and the pretzel happened to be one of the empty seats. So at the end of the thing, you write down your number, and the ladies can write their number on the men's sheets, and the men can write their number on the ladies' sheets. There's a sheet for the pretzel, so I fucking signed my number down because it looked like a pretty good pretzel. So, fucking.
You put your moves in. Did you put some moves in on that pretzel?
I chatted the pretzel up about Batman, but I did that with all the chicks. So,
Batman pretzel.
I was just saying how Batman is a little more interesting than Superman, and the pretzel seemed very enthralled with the conversation. So 2 hours later, the pretzel hits me up, and that salty and buttered me up line came from the pretzel. I stole that.
And long story short, Max and the pretzel are registered at Target. You just go to Target. And
the pretzel got super soggy.
You can pick them out their gift for their wedding.
We had a date. Me and the pretzel. She got super soggy, and now I'm just not really interested. Soggy pretzel.
That's a pretty twisted relationship you got going there, man.
Yeah. Yes, with the puns. Yes.
I'm so glad none of my kids are here. Just overhear any of this, but you're right, man. We did more at this con, which is funny because I'm thinking as we're leaving, what was my favorite panel? I'm like, I only went to one panel besides our own stuff, as part of the con, doing the The lip sync contest was a lot of fun, but the
Oh my
panel
God,
was a lot of
so
fun. And I want to just throw this out there. I know everybody and their mom has a podcast now, but if you are thinking about doing a podcast, stop thinking about it. Just hook up a microphone to your computer and just start talking into it, because I'm telling you, that is the best way to get comfortable talking. I could never speak in front of loud crowds at all, or big crowds, or even small groups of people. And now I'm hosting panels at a.
We've only had to
freaking
defuse like 3
convention.
angry mobs this time. I think we're doing good.
So
with pitchforks and torches. Like,
just hook it up and start doing
So
it,
Jason
because
up
it's
there.
a lot of fun.
Nice.
It's getting us into free conventions. We are currently working on getting into Cincinnati. I think that's going to happen. In Cleveland
Did
and
we miss
Nashville.
Chicago.
They're filled.
Chicago's
Oh, you guys
I
aren't going to be
will.
that Chicago?
No.
No.
I'm going to be there.
We're going to be in San Diego this year, though. I'm
Awesome.
telling you that now. I
Nice.
will wait again.
Oh, I tried to get into San Diego too. I tried to use the media. Yeah, I got shot down.
I did all the stuff. I'm sitting on the porch like for 6 hours waiting in line trying to get tickets to this freaking convention.
Dude,
My wife's like, "Are you done yet?" I'm like, "No. Wednesday night from 7 to 9 is still available." Like waiting for that 2 hours to
I
go to
was
San Diego.
in freaking California.
That's just to get tickets?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like, I don't know if you've seen The Big Bang Theory, where they're like, "All right, tickets went live," and they're
No,
like,
that's-
"Click, click, click,"
that
and they're
is
like,
a-
"Tickets are sold out."
Dude, that happened.
Yes.
Except it wasn't a bunch of nerds in a room. A bunch of Marines sitting in a room. I'm telling you, this actually happened. Trying to get on this fucking thing. It's the exact same scenario.
Oh, I know.
It happened.
Same thing with me. I tried to go as just as a fan, and my buddy was in charge of getting tickets because I couldn't do it at work, and he said the same thing. He said within like 2-3 seconds they were sold out.
Ridiculous, dude. I didn't even get into the waiting room to get a ticket.
So what's the odds of me getting a table in Artist Alley then?
Probably better than
Sean
getting a
Forney
ticket.
gets one every year, so
Yeah, we're
Well,
friends
you know,
with
it's
Sean, who's a
doable.
local artist, and he gets them.
Wow. Do you know how much tables cost at for artists in Artist Alley?
I got no idea.
They're
$1
actually-
million.
No, they're actually free. They're free, but you know, obviously there's a million people who would like to get tables. So I've submitted a couple times and have yet to get a table. So we'll see.
Is the process like Battle Royale where they put you out on an abandoned island and you have to fight to the
Dude,
death?
Thunderdome. 2 men enter,
Yeah.
1 man leaves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I keep losing.
Who run Comic Town? Choose your weapon.
Giant dude with a midget shows up, everybody leaves.
Yep. I was like, no, I don't fucks with Master Blaster.
What else did we do this week? That
They
weekend?
got Master Blaster drawing Batman now.
He shows up at the con, he's just like throwing shit. Master Blaster, draw!
Let's talk about the lip sync battle. For
I
a
would
second.
go to the Master Blaster fucking panel. for sure.
That'd be great.
The lip sync battle was fun. I was the only one who voluntarily went. Max reluctantly went and signed up for himself. Mike ended up signing up, and then we forced Philip to sign up. Philip was not happy about being a part of it, and
dude,
Philip ended
Philip
up
was the
winning the whole
heart
thing.
and
soul.
Like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
guy
Philip was
thought he
heart and
was
soul of
the
that
artist
fucking
singing
contest.
the. Yeah, he was
Wow.
so into it.
Oh man, I got a little help from fucking Sexy Gandalf at the end to
Yeah,
try to
yeah.
help me against Philip's fucking sexual onslaught.
Yeah, let's talk about sexy Gandalf for a second. I'm sitting at the booth, just minding my own business, trying to
man.
sell Kids Against Maturity. Max and Dan are like, "We're gonna go find sexy Gandalf." So I'm following them, thinking maybe it's some woman in cosplay as Gandalf, whatever. And I'm like, "So what are we looking for?" They're like, "Some dude in his underwear." I'm like, "Are we really looking?" We spent a half an hour looking for this dude in his underwear. I
It was
never
like 10
ever in my
minutes we were
life.
walking around.
Hey, but
Sexy
wait a minute,
Gandalf has
we were-
balls.
Yeah, but wait a minute. We were ahead of the curve, Brian, because we saw Sexy Gandalf Saturday night. We was over
Yeah.
hanging
Oh,
out
yeah,
with Don
we
on
knew
the
about
dirt.
Sexy Gandalf from last year. We just wanted to get an interview with him. This is the first time. Don't think you're fucking doing better than us, fucking Mister. I don't even know who I'm trying to interview this year, motherfucker. Fucking get on my shit.
Touche.
So where was this?
I've been at this game a long time, son.
When and where was the lip syncing contest?
The Sexy Gandalf game.
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
dude, me and
over
Sexy
by.
Gandalf go way back.
It was like 2 or 3 booths down from us. These
Yeah.
these
The
5
main cafe.
girls were so into what they were doing. I was exhausted just watching them.
Oh my
They'd
God.
get up, and they'd dance, and then they'd run in a circle. Then they'd sit down, and they'd get up and dance, and
But
they'd
like
run in
it
a
just
circle.
it,
and then
it fucking it makes me nervous how much we want to imitate the Japanese. You know, like.
Dude, we got sexy Gandalf. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. But like,
So
how
not
much animated
Japanese.
sexy Gandalf watch?
Oh, that's scary.
Anyway,
you guys have any other fun stories from the weekend? You guys did meet a couple celebrities, didn't you? Thomas Ian Nicholas.
Yes, we did. Thomas Ian Nicholas came down our row doing the Facebook Live camera for Wizard World, so that was kind of cool to be on that. As I mentioned, Barry Bostwick stopped by on Sunday morning and talked a little bit with us.
What about
Brian
the hangout with Victor? That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, our man
After-
Victor Dandridge. We got to hang out with him Saturday night, along with Dom Reggio and Dirk Manning and I'm forgetting one other.
Scott. What was his name? Scott?
Scott Perry, yeah, who was part of the con. No, I'm thinking of Mike Travis. Mike Travis, the voice guy that can do Patrick Warburton like that.
Oh my gosh, the guy was Patrick Warburton. Yeah. Yeah, Mike. Yes, you're right, Mike.
he stole
That was
Patrick
amazing.
Warburton's soul.
Yeah, he sounded exactly like him. He's a very cool guy.
Yeah.
But,
So we're hanging out with those
they
folks.
had
That
a
was
drink
cool.
and draw after the show. What was that? Friday night?
Friday night, yeah, man.
Yeah, that's Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just drank. We didn't draw.
Well, we tried to, but by the time we got done drinking and pissing around, talking to other people, the contest was over. Like Victor goes, "You have 10 minutes, John." I'm like, 10 minutes? I ain't get shit. I can't whip something out in 10 minutes. So
we all got to see.
Phrasing.
Yeah. I mean, I can whip something out in 10 minutes. You're not gonna want it.
Well, it takes me a little longer to whip mine out, but
Gotta get the old man pump out. That's it.
ouch. Oh man, yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
fucking no, Arcmatter. Arcmatter showed up. He was doubling Batman on Friday. Was Junior Frankenstein Jr. on Saturday in the contest, but he made this for me. Fucking bomb ass Dr. Doom mask. If you saw our panels, you saw me talking as Dr. Doom for a little bit. I almost took it on the speed date, but when I really thought I was going to, then I was
You
like,
be that
you know
guy.
what? Like, yeah, like fucking, let's not fucking. And it's kind of uncomfortable.
Well, they say girls like douches. Maybe they like supervillains too.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, like, but like Doom is like when you wear the Doom mask and fucking Doom takes over, he's like a pretty, like he's an intense dude. Like,
well, like women like guys in uniform.
That's
Like
true,
Doom
too,
has
you know
a
what I'm saying?
uniform,
Like, but I personally don't like Doom. Like like he's gonna talk to these chicks and they're gonna start creaming their pants all over Doom, and they're like, oh man, Doom, we're like attracted to your fucking narcissistic awesomeness. So fucking then when I take off the mask, I got 8 chicks to deal with now, and I don't want one of them. It's like
That's trouble.
those troubles.
Go back to the pretzel, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why I
back
love
to
the pretzel. Like, she doesn't say nothing.
low maintenance.
I got a cool story. One of my Kickstarter supporters came by the table to pick up his rewards because he lives not too far by from the show, and really cool guy, Thomas Parks, I think is his name, and he was excited, and so I was like, hey, go to the Facebook page. Have you liked it yet? He goes to the Facebook page or Staunch Ambition Facebook page and likes it, and it turns out he's the 900th like. So we were like, I think did we do a Facebook
No,
Live?
wait a minute. That was that other dude, Matt. That wasn't Thomas. That
Oh,
was
okay.
Matt Warren, I believe, is the gentleman's name. Because he was on.
Matt.
I think he was on Friday. Yeah.
Oh, what? Okay, so
Thomas
okay,
was not.
I got 2 special customers then that
Yeah.
fans that I really liked. That of course the Kickstarter guy Thomas Parks. That was pretty cool. So I think I gave him like a poster or something. But then Matt, it was Matt then, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
then Matt. Oh no, yeah, Matt with his son, right? Yeah,
Right.
son. All right, thanks, man. I can't remember stuff. So, but anyways, he goes and he goes to. I'm like the Facebook page, and I'll give you. I think I'll give you something, and then we did a Facebook Live, and I gave him a free shirt. So.
Yeah, and then he stopped by Saturday wearing the shirt. So
Yeah, it was cool. I had 3 people walking around with variations of my shirts. So
Yeah, Mike was rocking your duds.
yeah, Mike, right? So it's
Hey,
kind of weird when I'm walking. There's a million shirts, and I'm like, all of a sudden I see Staunch Ambition. I'm like, what?
did
I know
Mike
the
get
guy
home
that does
okay?
that, huh?
I was going to ask Jason or the guys, did Mike get back with no travel problems getting back to New Jersey?
Yeah,
because I know he was afraid.
Mike McG got home safely.
yeah. He's already posted like 2 videos.
Oh, okay. I just know because like one of the sides.
You're not liking youtube.com/Mike McG, John.
No.
What's up with that, bro?
So Max, apparently you don't like it either because you don't have the right name. Mike McGTV.
There it is. Calling my own shit. Even though I am a fan, though, I get his fucking updates
Dude,
all the fucking time.
I want to talk about. No, I'll wait. I'll let Mike talk about his situation next week.
Oh yeah, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool too. I mean, I wish somebody would bite our style like that.
Yeah, really.
But we got to start wrapping this up because Max has a Game of Thrones to go watch, and I've got a Twin Peaks to go check out.
Twin Peaks, who the fuck? I mean, come on, dude. Dragons in the last one.
I'm gonna watch both of them. That's one's on at 8, and one's on at 9.
There might be dragons in Twin Peaks.
The
too.
dragon was like,
Yeah, you never know with David Lynch. They could be dragons.
Yeah.
It sounds more like that, honestly.
I feel bad because like this is like kind of a crappy episode for you to be on because you weren't at the con.
I mean, that's all right.
But at least you get to see how it goes down.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I get
you
to,
get to be in the rocket
live
launch
through
room.
y'all.
But you're gonna come to more of these because
Definitely.
And you talk more than Rondell.
Yeah.
that's true. And I mean, like, I feel like with that last answer, you definitely locked. I mean, if we're doing Rondell quotas, you've locked in like 7 episodes right now.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Oh, geez, that's like 12.
I know. Like, we got it all the biggest.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Whoa, he's talking.
What's
He
this
keeps on
timetable
doing
we're
it. Yeah. So cool, Solomon. Thanks for coming by.
So speaking of our
Thanks for
panels,
having
if you go to, and apparently Mike is better at doing our panels than we are. If you go to youtube.com/Mike McGTV, you can see the 3 Geeks podcast live panel, and you can listen to the boys fight over their remake Desires for Super
Remake
Mario Brothers.
Revolution Live
Lot
is
of
the
fun.
funnest fucking thing of all time.
Yes, it is.
Uh,
Because you can hear the people when you
yes.
say things.
Yeah.
You know,
so it's
for the
like
next one, I think we should get Brian and John versus 2 of the 3 Geeks podcasts.
Brian and John. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Fucking,
I think that could
except
be
I'm gonna
fun.
call in a ringer and I'm gonna call fucking Chris the Con Man.
He's good at arguing stuff he's never even seen.
Yeah,
No,
dude.
He's my partner. What are you talking about?
But no, it's versus 3 geeks. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh, so they get the ringer?
yeah,
then?
no, they
Or
get
what?
that. It's them 2.
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on
the
anymore.
three
Man, do you know how a ringer
podcast.
works?
And we're gonna call in Chris the Con Man because that dude can sell freaking ice to an Eskimo.
He
But
could.
it's already like 23-2.
Yeah, but now we got Chris the Con Man on our side. I'm just trying to plug this dude because he's awesome.
Oh, okay. All right.
But no, it was a lot of fun. Like, yeah, because like when you say somebody and they're gonna be like, oh, or oh, you know,
That's my favorite sound to hear them say.
the disappointment. Like, I would not have picked that.
I just
person.
can't wait to see the Mario starring Sacha Baron Cohen,
and fucking John C. Reilly
and The Rock.
Yes, The Rock is fucking bouncing.
Directed by Edgar Wright.
Yeah, man.
It's good stuff.
Nice.
But anyway, check out Staunch Ambition. I put the link in the description of this video. Brian, thank you so much for jumping on, talking to us. You're welcome anytime.
Oh, thank
John?
you guys.
PVDcast.com and wherever podcasts are found, just type in
Wherever
PVDcast. I
podcasts are
am
sold.
among your listeners. I enjoy the podcast. And same to you, man. Anytime you want to come on, you're more than welcome to take this audio too for
Cool. I appreciate you guys, having me on as well, and it's been fun. I love it. It's a blast.
I'm looking forward to that stout ambition.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That does sound
Yeah, so me and my friend Amit have been talking. He bought this fucking brewing shit like fucking ago, and we're like, yeah, man, we're gonna brew some shit. It's gonna be awesome.
that was like 7 years
Well,
ago.
No,
sits
it
in
was
the
like
basement
3 or
for-
4 years ago. Don't be a
It
dick.
was at least more than
Fucking-
4 because me and Liz weren't together at the time.
Whatever.
Sci-fi
And-
beer.
And
Sci-fi
we're fucking-
supernatural.
So we finally had fucking draft day on Saturday, and we got our first beer in the bag. But like this is the first attempt. We're seeing how things go. It's probably gonna be terrible. So we're not trying to do anything with this one. But I definitely want to try to make some stout ambition, just because
Awesome.
Jason brought it into the universe, and I feel like we need to make it whole.
We're gonna launch it.
And
All
check
right, man.
us out on iTunes, Stitcher, and all of that fun stuff. Tonight's podcast was brought to you by VGMX. If you're local to Columbus, Ohio, stop in. It's 1489 Struck Road. Say hi to Max and I. Dan is sometimes there shopping.
Yeah.
And come say hi. I am one of the owners of the store, so stop in.
Yeah,
And
full
have a
disclosure.
Great time.
Also, 3 Geeks, and not only do we have 3 Geeks Brewing, but we have 3 Geeks Engineering is taking off too. We're doing a lot of cool stuff. I think over the next year we're gonna have a bunch of fucking really fun stuff. So make sure you're tuned in to 3 Geeks for all that shit, because 3 Geeks Engineering is taking off. We're gonna be building shit. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, if you know anything about 3 Geeks time, when we started doing this podcast, I think we started talking about doing it in January, and we kept having our first episode, and we didn't end up getting our first episode out until like August something or other. So probably looking at about 4 years for the
Whatever, dude. No, like
but-
it's already been like fucking a year and a half since I started talking about this.
I didn't hear anything.
Anyway, podcast. Have a great
We
night.
needed you for anything.
Oh.